Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving right into a fascinating hidden battleground that's probably raging right under your nose. Or, well, more accurately, right inside your walls and down in your basement. We're talking about your home heating and cooling system. It's actually a surprisingly dramatic fight for survival against the elements, but don't worry, it is totally manageable once you know exactly what to look for. To really grasp the intense environmental stakes your HVAC system deals with every single day, we're going to use a hyper-local case study pulled directly from our source material, Westerville, Ohio. On one side of the ring, you've got grueling summer conditions hitting 90 degrees with a suffocating 70% humidity. And then on the flip side, brutal sub-20-degree polar vortexes in the winter. This wild temperature swing is literally the ultimate stress test for any mechanical system.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover Westerville's climate versus HVAC, common local HVAC problems, essential HVAC rules, the repair versus replace math, and finally, understanding system costs.
Let's jump into Section 1, Westerville's climate versus HVAC, looking at the geographic and architectural challenges.
Believe it or not, invisible geographic forces are secretly stressing out your home's infrastructure right now. Take Westerville's heavy clay soil, for instance. It naturally shifts with moisture, which causes foundation settling. The impact on your HVAC? It physically pulls your ductwork apart. That leads to a massive 20 to 30% efficiency loss because conditioned air is just getting dumped right into your crawl space. Then you've got the Alum Creek watershed. That elevates local humidity and rapidly accelerates the corrosion on your evaporator coils. And finally, if you look at the new construction out in your Polaris Parkway, those feature complex variable speed systems that constantly adjust their cooling output. That demands highly specialized diagnostic tools. So yeah, your local geography is literally dictating your home's mechanical needs.
Moving on to Section 2, common local HVAC problems. Basically, what fails and why.
So those geographic challenges we just talked about, they lead to some very real mechanical casualties. Those historic 1950s uptown Westerville homes are undeniably gorgeous, but their original undersized return ducts restrict airflow so much that evaporator coils literally freeze into solid blocks of ice. No way, right? Then you have heat exchangers cracking under the intense pressure of Ohio's freeze-thaw thermal expansion, which is a serious carbon monoxide risk. Add to that failed motor capacitors from continuous 90-degree summer heat stress, and, of course, those separated ducts we just mentioned. The environment is just relentlessly attacking these specific components.
That brings us to Section 3, Essential HVAC Rules. These are the universal laws for system survival.
Okay, here's our first golden rule, and honestly, it's remarkably simple, the 2-foot rule. It dictates a mandatory 2-foot clearance zone entirely around your outdoor condenser unit. Now I know it's a super common habit to plant cute shrubs to hide that ugly metal box, or maybe you accidentally leave grass clippings and mulch piled up against it after yard work. But as we're about to see, that aesthetic choice is incredibly dangerous for your system.
Blocking that 2-foot zone literally chokes the airflow. By suffocating the unit, you reduce its efficiency, which immediately spikes your monthly energy bills. Even worse, it forces the compressor to work so hard that it causes massive, wildly expensive overheating failures. Giving your outdoor unit a little bit of personal space to breathe is absolutely the easiest and completely free way to prevent a catastrophic summer breakdown.
Let's look at another vital protective measure, the 3-minute rule. If your AC unit shuts off, whether you turn it down manually or you lose power during a big thunderstorm, you absolutely must wait 3 minutes before restarting it. Why? Because the compressor needs time for its internal refrigerant pressures to equalize. Restarting it too quickly forces the compressor to start under incredibly high pressure. That can trip your breakers, severely damage delicate motor windings, and dramatically shorten the life of your equipment.
Let's pivot to Section 4, the repair versus replace math. Knowing when it's finally time to let go.
It's the ultimate homeowner dilemma, isn't it? When is it officially time to just throw in the towel, give up, and replace your HVAC system entirely? You obviously don't want to waste money nursing a dying system, but you also definitely don't want to buy a new one prematurely.
Well, the answer, according to the industry experts in our source data, comes down to one magic number: $5,000.
Here's how the $5,000 rule works. It is a brilliant, straightforward formula. You just take your system's age in years and you multiply it by the estimated cost of your current repair. If that total number comes out to more than $5,000, replacement is objectively the smarter financial choice. The data shows us that once equipment passes that 10-year mark, efficiency just drops sharply and the breakdowns really begin to multiply.
To put that into perspective, let's say you've got a 12-year-old furnace. It breaks down on a freezing night, and the technician hands you a $500 repair bill. Okay, 12 multiplied by 500 equals $6,000. Because $6,000 is greater than $5,000, the math is telling you not to throw good money after bad. It is time to invest in a brand new, reliable, and energy-efficient system.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 5, Understanding System Costs, the numbers behind the comfort.
As you might guess, estimated installed costs scale directly with the size of your home. A 1,200 square foot home usually runs between $4,500 and $8,500. A 2,000 square foot home jumps to somewhere between $6,000 and $12,000, and it scales up from there, peaking around $10,000 to $18,000 for a massive 4,000 square foot home. But listen closely to this. While this is a really great baseline, our source highly emphasizes that professional load calculations matter far more than just guessing by your square footage. A load calculation is basically a mathematical audit of your home's thermal heat gain that actually factors in things like your windows, your insulation, and your ceiling height.
And keep in mind, your final price is going to swing dramatically based on some specific variables. Equipment brand and efficiency ratings play a massive role. Sure, a mid-efficiency unit is going to save you some money on installation day, but high-efficiency systems win the long game by consistently cutting those monthly utility bills for the next 15 years. Plus, if your home needs ductwork repairs, an electrical panel upgrade to actually handle the load, or complex zoning systems for multiple stories, those are all going to adjust that final price tag.
Oh, and before you assume you've got a safety net here, we need to cheerfully dispel a massive myth. Standard homeowners insurance, it only covers sudden damage. We're talking a tree falling on your unit or a direct lightning strike. It never covers gradual wear, tear, or failures caused by neglect. And this is exactly why proactive, routine maintenance is your absolute best shield against sudden, out-of-pocket surprise costs.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question to really chew on. Think about your own property. Is your local soil shifting your ductwork? Is the architectural age of your home hiding a massive airflow problem? Or is your beautiful, perfectly manicured landscaping secretly suffocating your HVAC unit right now? Take the rules and the math we explored today and go inspect your own home's hidden mechanical battleground. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.